Hey everyone, this is Lynette at Big Easy Books. I thought I'd come and talk to you guys today about some changes that I want to make in regards to BookTube and my personal reading, because I think when I started out, it was so not me, and I think that's why I only made like 2 or 3 videos and then just stopped, because it wasn't me. And I didn't want you guys to have this kind of false image of me. It felt like I was trying too hard to be someone that I'm not. Just be another booktuber. And so I think I'm just gonna wipe all that away, fresh start, change how I do all of this, change a little bit how I read, not too much. So the first thing is that I'm gonna try not to edit my videos as much as humanly possible, because I think I was editing out everything that made it me, everything that made it personal and let you guys actually know who I am and what I'm like in real life. And it was just becoming this stock kind of cardboard cutout booktube video, and it just wasn't something that I was really excited about. So, and like my fiance, who, let's be real, like, he edits the videos, he kept trying to tell me, like, oh, let's leave this in, this is so funny, like, that you, like, mess up or whatever, and I was just like, no, no, it's awful, it's awful. No, he was right, we should have left it in. It is funny. He always laughs about how much soda I drank during, while I'm filming a video, like, I have half a can of Dr. Pepper right here. Um, and so I think I'm just not gonna edit it. Um, so, and that'll take less stress on me anyway, so then I think I'll be more willing to film videos then too, because I feel like I won't have to spend all that time editing. Um, so that's for that. The other thing is, I think I'm gonna try and do at least a video a week from now on. Because if I'm gonna do this, I want to really do it. I don't I don't want to be one of those people that just randomly pops out a video like, 3 weeks later, and then maybe like the next week, and then like another month or something. I want it to be a more consistent kind of thing. And the more videos I make, I think the more comfortable I'll become on here, and then the more comfortable I'll be getting into the community. Because I think that was another big problem with me, is that I just I didn't really feel like I could branch out into the community yet, and I was just feeling, I don't know, it wasn't a good couple of times that I made those videos. And so I think I just need to start over. Booktubeathon was a really good experience for me. Go watch my video on Booktubeathon, you'll see all of that. But so I think I'm just gonna try and chunk out at least one video a week, because I think that is absolutely doable for me, and I don't want to just, you know. Anyway, so then the next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be doing any more TBR videos. I was putting way too much stress on myself by trying to pick out the books that I was going to read. Like, because then I would get through the first maybe like 2 books and then not, want to read something else and not want to read what was on my TBR, but I would still force myself to read what was on the TBR, and then I wouldn't read because that's not what I wanted to be reading, and then I would only read, like 3 or 4 books. And this is in my Booktubeathon video as well, like that really taught me I can be reading a lot more. I just have to be more careful about what I pick up and when. So I'm not going to set anything at the beginning of the month. I'm not going to force myself to read certain books. I just want to go with what I'm feeling and what I want to read. So there's that. And then going along with that, realizing that I could be reading so much more, I think at the beginning of the month, the thing that I am going to do is I'm going to set a certain number of books that I want to read. I'm not going to tell you what those books are going to be because I don't know. I'm just going to set a number. And guys, seriously, I've been like binge watching people's 2016 reading goals. I don't know why, but they've like really, I'm obsessed. So a lot of people said in there, you know, if you're going to read a certain number of books a month, you know, like 8 to 10 books, which is really impressive, and seems like a lot to me, or at least it did before BookTubeathon. You know, they really say that if you want to read that many books, you have to really tell yourself, I am going to read, you know, 10 books this month. And if you tell yourself in that firm way, you know, not just like, oh yeah, that'd be really cool. Of course it'd be really cool, but you have to tell yourself, I am going to read this many books. And so I think I'm a really, like goal-oriented person, so I think that approach is going to work better for me than a TBR, because I think I can get a lot more reading done and I can pick up what I want to read, and then I'll be reading faster and reading more in a day. So that's the plan from now on. Oh, and the last thing, I'm sure you guys can see my bookshelves did not look like this in my other videos. So, okay, so I have this bookshelf in here. It has 6 shelves. And then I have 3 bookshelves in the bedroom, 2 of them with 5 shelves, 1 with 3 shelves. 5 of those shelves are taken up with all of my nonfiction books, and they're just going to stay where they are. Most of them are the books that I accumulated from going to college. I have a degree in history, so of course I have a lot of history books. So I just left those where they are. But for all of my fiction books, I decided that I was going to put everything that's on my TBR on this shelf, and then as I read them, I will move them to the shelves in the bedrooms. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're looking at some of these books, and you're like the Harry Potter books are up here, and you're like, Lynette, have you really never read Harry Potter? Yes, I've read Harry Potter, but the way I am classifying my TBR is because back in March, I think it was March, it was like towards the end of March, beginning of April, I decided, it was right about the time that I discovered BookTube, I decided that I wanted to start writing in my books as I was reading them, writing notes to myself, because I've always really kept a diary. And so to me, it just kind of seems like a natural extension of my diary to be writing in the books as I was reading them, to kind of capture those feelings as I was having them and those thoughts and stuff. So what I've been doing is on the title page, I put like right now I'm reading Me Before You. So on the title page, I put a little number 1 and then July 2016. And then as I've been going through the book, whenever I have something that I want to write down, I write number 1 and then the thought. And so I'm also a big rereader of books. So whenever I go through and reread it, I'm going to put, on the title page, number 2 and then the month. And then as I'm going through my thoughts, number 2 and then the thought. So that if I want to flip back through it, I can tell which thought is from which reading and which reading happened when, because I think that would be a really interesting way to kind of set my books and my journal, my diary, like side by side and see, maybe this certain thing was happening in my life, so it makes sense that I wrote this at that time in the book, It just, I don't know, it just feels like a really natural extension for me. I know a lot of people have problems with writing their books. I'm really not one of those people. In high school, we had to write in our books for English class, so I got used to it. And so everything on my TBR shelf, physical bookshelf now, is stuff that I have not written in. So this is a lot of books. It's about 250. So Another reason why I decided I wanted to push myself to read more is because if I was still going to keep at my average of 4 books a month, to read 250 books would take like 4 years. And that's ridiculous because that's not even including any books that I buy between now and 4 years from now. So, I think my goal for the end of 2016 is to get rid of all of the books that are like stacked on the front here. So that's about 31 books. It's not going to be necessarily the 31 that are on there now, but I just want to pull out enough to make room so that I no longer have them stacked on the front. They can be stacked on the top like this, that's fine, but not stacked on the front. Partially because I think that would be a really good physical goal for me. Also, I'm a little worried about my bookshelf standing up to the weight. So, that's also partially why I chose this bookshelf as opposed to any of the bookshelves in the bedroom, because this one is from IKEA and the ones in the bedroom are from Target, and so this one is a lot sturdier. Anyway, so that's what's going on with that. So, yeah. If I do read, 31 more books in the year, that would actually put me over my Goodreads challenge, so I'm not worried about that. I think it's absolutely doable. It's less than 10 books a month. Let's see. What else was I going to talk about? I think that's kind of it for now. So I'm currently reading Me Before You. I'm probably going to finish that today. And then, I also started Booktubeathon. I think I forgot to put this in the Booktubeathon video, but I also started The Course of Love by Alain de Botton. That's the best I can do pronouncing his name. He's French. Hopefully it was okay. I think it was pretty decent. I don't know. But that's actually... okay, that's a really good book, but it was not a Booktubeathon book. You know what I mean? It needs a little more, like, slow-going patience kind of thing with it. So, that's all the changes that I'm doing right now. Hopefully, this is gonna go well, and I will get that video up once a week. We'll see. Let me know down in the comments what, things you've had maybe changed in the last year about how you do things, either on BookTube or with your reading. Any thoughts you might have about, you can yell at me about how I write in my books. That's fine, whatever. Anyway, so I think I have one more video that I'm going to film today, and then hopefully these will be coming up to you guys pretty quickly this week. But until then, I'll see you later.